Man, Kusui is spitting truth. I loved her kind of finally laying it out. If only he treated us like he treats them, pretty much. But yeah, this is my thoughts on episode 6 of I'm Standing on a Million Lives second season. So let's jump into it. We pretty much open this episode with our little Chris Redfield moment, I guess. That's all I could think about, having this Thanzamur guy like sitting here holding back this humongous. I don't know. I don't know if it was implying that he was holding the. I think originally I thought that the ship was sliding into the lava, but he was holding it back. But now it seems like he was holding the lava from going into the. I don't know. It just looked like a Chris Redfield moment, like he was punching the boulder and somehow managing to move it. I don't know. Self-sacrifice. It makes sense. I don't know. Get a nice little backstory for him and how much he hated the island, but yet he loved the island and came back and protected all the civilians from the lava. But yeah, had a funny moment after this, having Yatsuya essentially, well, with Tori going to apparently fight the dragon, and on their way they end up running into the evil madman that's currently feeding this dragon, and they don't even know who he is, so they pass right by him. The dragon kicks their butt, they decide to run away, and as he's running, he just picks up the bad guy, and the bad guy's like, "Oh, so you figured it out was me?" And he's like, huh? I had a huge laugh out loud moment with that one. I thought that was good. They got me. I laughed really hard at that particular scene, so good on them for that one. But yeah, this turns into some fight with them, essentially the magic being super overpowered, knocking out Yatsuya over and over again. He eventually goes after Ayu, and Yatsuya and him band together in order to cast a stop spell to stop the guy, while Tori comes up behind and stabs him. That's when the guy flees, which we'll later find out that he is flying above Cantil, who apparently is still alive. So that answers my question from the last episode. Cantil's still alive, flies over him, and he's shot down by Fatina. I think Fatina was the one that helped Tokitate in the first season, if I'm correct. I meant to go back and double check that, but I think that was the person from the previous timeline that helped out Tokitate. I think it was Tokitate that was helped out. Some person with a griffin. But I think that was her from that particular season. But if not, we've just revealed some sorceress that doesn't really matter because she'll probably be dead by the. No, I think that she was like a timeless person, like able to live a long time. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, of course, following the fight, it was funny because they got rid of the guy. They start taking all the seals that are feeding the dragon. The dragon disappears. It's like, okay, because we're not fighting the dragon. But it technically does imply that this is a boon to what was to come, because Yatsuya does, in his own mind, consider the idea that this could be the same concept of what will happen in Tokyo. Like, if one of these dragons shows up in Tokyo, this revival process could be what's going to happen there. Like, the people of Tokyo will feed a dragon. It will absorb the lifeline of the people and be born, that they'll actually fight it at that point. Which, again, he's like, I don't care. I don't care if people die, whatever. Gosh, Yatsuya. We kind of technically acknowledge the fact that Thanzamur died. Yatsuya does technically parallel himself with him. Like, he does acknowledge the idea that Thanzamur, I don't know at what point they came to an understanding of this, but apparently Yatsuya does know that he hated the island and that he does love the island. He came back to protect it. And he kind of equates himself to it, like, yeah, I'm kind of like him. I hate people, but doesn't say it, but he does technically kind of imply it. But no, this is great, because the greatest moment in the entire season happened following the scene. They're finally having this entire festival. They're doing the cow sacrifice. They're completing their mission. And what happens? This Aoyu, of course, confronts Yatsuya and says, "I wish you were part of this world because I would retire to be with you." And everybody's like, why? Why is it that, I mean, first Kahabel and now this chick. Why are these people like him so much? And yeah, Hakazaki says it. She says it. This is like the best moment. Like, Hakazaki, unfortunately, has not really been a presence. Like, she's always, unsure herself. She wants to protect people. She doesn't have the strength to. She's very sickly. She has a weak constitution. But she said it like she spit flames. They're like, why do people like this guy so much? And she's like, well, maybe because he treats them like people, like he doesn't treat us like people. And I was like, dang, girl. He doesn't deny it. He doesn't deny it. But yeah, that was a good moment. I really liked that moment. It's like, again, that's that moment of like, yeah, she's right. Like, dude, seriously. Like, you, again, and this was, again, Okazaki was the one that he in front of her said that she would sacrifice Takatake and Tori because they didn't matter. This is something that's sticking with her. This statement was in response to what he said about getting rid of Takatake and Tori just to see that they two make it to the end because they were important to him making it to his goal. They were pawns in his game. And yeah, obviously Okazaki does not like him. I wouldn't blame her for it. But yeah, of course, following the scene, we get back to the real world. This game master shows up to Yatsuya and says, "Hey, the next person's showing up. You're gonna meet the next person here soon." He gets a call from his friends to go meet them somewhere, and he is confronted by a lady that says, "Hello, the white girl told me to come here, so I am here." That narrows it down, lady. There's a lot of white girls. Which one? But yeah, it's pretty much implying that this game master told this English-speaking lady to come see Yatsuya. I'm not sure exactly where she's from. Blonde hair lady, obviously, because she's a foreigner. They have to have blonde hair, even though technically Shindo technically has blonde hair. But we have a second blonde hair person. I think that's like 3 blonde hair people now. Isn't Tori blonde hair? Yeah, Tori's blonde hair. Man, we got 3 blonde hair people in this show. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious what they're gonna do beyond this point because I guess they have plenty of time to do another arc, but yeah, about halfway through the season, so I'm not quite sure what they're gonna do for the next 6 episodes. Maybe a quick arc or something like that. I guess it felt like a long arc. This 6 episodes felt like a very long arc, so I guess it doesn't really surprise me too much if they can get something else through this. Maybe another session done before the end of the season, but we'll see. The title does seem very suspicious to be a filler, but we'll see. I think one of them said something like Yatsuya's hero grandmother or something like that. Maybe they're implying that his grandmother was a previous contestant of this world, but we'll see. Or maybe it's implying the time jump. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's my thoughts on episode 6 of I'm Standing on a Million Lives, 2nd season. Hope you guys enjoyed this impression. If you did, leave a like down below. Comment, let me know what you thought of the episode. Subscribe if you haven't already. Consider supporting us on Patreon if you can. And y'all take care.